Yeah, so in terms of the context of the game, does it end up being a good point?
Well, it does when considering that, it's 66 minutes when Tomo got sent off, plus 4 minutes injury time. So it's about 30 minutes we've played with 10 men. So in terms of that, yes. But no, overall, when I've actually just watched the game back up until the sending off, just after the sending off. Totally dominant in the first half. I was very pleased with lots of aspects of the game. Didn't create enough, didn't get enough crosses when we were on top. Something that we need to keep working on, shots, crosses into the box. But in terms of how I wanted us to play, especially building up the play from the back and controlling possession, I thought we did it very well.
And crucial as well, we've spoken about the fast starts and the difference they can make. And I suppose you'd have said beforehand, Lincoln had a bit of disruption with their COVID and all of the rest of it. Get into them as quickly as possible, and you must have been really pleased with that.
Yeah, I felt we controlled the game really well, and watching it back again, definitely that was the case. Obviously got a great start, early goal. Jono, well, it's an own goal, but obviously Tom was pressed and made it, and Jono's got a shot and goal, and it's ricocheted into the net. And at that point, I was delighted. We're totally on top. They had two opportunities in the first half, both from counter-attacks. We'd worked on trying to stop that, so I was disappointed with that, the fact that they created two good chances from counter-attacks. Apart from that, we had nothing to do. One, Pimmy's tipped over the bar, was a comfortable save. I just didn't feel we really went for the jugular when I felt, sometimes you sniff a win and sniff how the game's going, and sitting watching it, I could feel that if we got a second goal, we'd have gone on and won it comfortably, I felt. But we didn't get that, and that's something we need to work on, a little bit more, I suppose, arrogance in the right way, or confidence and belief that, when we're on top of a team, we need to make sure that they defend more, and we have to create more chances in that opportunities.
Yeah, and I guess you always suspect as well, after the half-time break, with Lincoln being at the top of the table, that they're going to offer a bit more, and the timing of it as well, really frustrating from your point of view. As much as you'd have liked the fast start in the first half, to concede straight away suddenly does make life quite difficult.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the way Lincoln started. It was purely down to a terrible goal we've conceded. Far too soft. Need to make first contact when the corner comes in. A player loses his man. It ricochets off one of my defenders. It's too easy. It's far too, and too many times we've conceded from set pieces. Something that during the break we looked at all the stats in terms of, broke it all down in terms of when we've lost goals. We've lost a lot of goals first 15 minutes of the second half. We did again today, and it makes it difficult because all of a sudden they have got the ascendancy. They have got a bit more momentum and a bit more confidence, because certainly in the first half, any manager, I'm thinking, okay, I need to speak to the players about the counter-attacks. But apart from that, keep doing what you're doing. Thought we pressed them really well. Their manager, I would suspect, would not be as happy as I was. And obviously in the counter-attack, which we had opportunities in the first half, I felt would really open up. And but when you concede, and obviously then it goes to 10 men, we get the break, the boy misses a penalty. And his penalty record's very, very good this season. They've had the most penalties in the league and scored the most penalties in the league. So that was a break for us, no doubt.
Yeah, it's another frustration for Nathan, isn't it? Played such a big part in the goal, but to get the red card, of course, now he misses another game. It's almost been the way for him, hasn't it? Quite stop-start his whole time at Posh.
Yeah, his discipline needs to improve, and the boy will know that. I'm sure he won't mind me telling you guys that. I'll tell him. The first tackle's not needed. It's 50 yards from goal. And as soon as a defender gets booked, especially in the first half, it leaves you open to possibly getting a red card. And he had a couple of challenges after that, some that I didn't think were fouls the referee gave. And in the penalty, don't stick your arm up. And it's a clear penalty. I've just watched it back, and I know he's dived in, but just keep your arm down. Pimmy would have saved it. It was going straight down to Pimmy's throat. So it's a deserved red card. And it's a deserved penalty. And it's disappointing because one of the more experienced players, a very vital player to the team and how we want to play. I think you obviously seen today, he's very good at bringing the ball and building the play. So it's a disappointment. He misses another game, and it has to stop. And he has to curb this sort of issue where, you know, it's a red card and he got obviously suspended for too many bookings last time. I can't afford to leave or to lose Tomo to too many games because he's a vital part of the team, and through his own ill discipline, that's what's happened.
Of course, it becomes tough when you're down to 10 men, but were you pleased with when you rearranged things a little bit, the way in which you largely managed the game, and Ricky came on and offered a nice outlet on the wing?
I thought my subs were good. I thought we went to 4-4-1. Jono occupied the two centre halves. We didn't have to worry about anything else. We could still press them in the wide areas. We still had Canoe and Ricky with energy. It meant my fullbacks could still go against their wide players. So yeah, I thought we were organised very, very well. And I thought actually with 10 men, I didn't think they caused it. Obviously, against a team with an extra player, especially how the game went and them equalising coming back into it, you're obviously going to have one or two issues, and that's what was the case. But I didn't think they had too many clear-cut chances. And Ricky gave us the outlet with his pace. I mean, Ricky was going to come on anyway. He was about to come on up front with Jono. But obviously I had to change things and, you know, playing wide, and we had to be organised, and we were compact. And I thought actually with 10 men we did really, really well.
With Flynn today, had he got an injury, or was that tactical to leave him off the bench?
No, I had to make a decision based on a couple of performances he's had, a couple of games, Rochdale and obviously Milton Keynes. I've looked back at both games in the time I've had. I didn't think his performances, first half against Rochdale was fine, second half and the performance against Milton Keynes went up there. And the way players have trained in terms of what they've done in self-isolation, obviously they couldn't do much or anything really, but fitness-wise, sharpness-wise, Sammy's been far superior to the way in terms of sharpness and fitness to Flynn, and that was a decision made.
And presumably, particularly in the early part of the game, was it nice to see Sammy doing what we know he can do, finding that space, finding the pockets, managing to influence the game?
I thought Sammy was really good, looked much more like himself. He needs a goal, the boy, or an assist. But he gave us what we know he can. He was close to the front too, he was close to the midfield too, he played between the lines at times. His energy was there. First half we were good. You know, we didn't create enough. That was the problem. That was the main problem in the first half. But apart from that, we were in control of the game against a team that's won the last 3 games, top of the league, deservedly so. We just needed that second goal, and obviously, you know, the penalty and the sending off, that changes the game dynamically in terms of they've got an extra man.